The Pulse Network. It's social TV.
Muammar Gaddafi's 42-year reign, some would say a reign of terror, is possibly coming to an end. It is definitely in jeopardy. The streets of Tripoli have been abuzz over this entire weekend. No one still knows the whereabouts of where Muammar Gaddafi is, but euphoric Libyan rebels have taken control of most of Tripoli, and it started on Sunday, and it continues to go on. Hundreds of jubilant men and women massed in Green Square being the symbolic heart of Muammar Gaddafi's regime, are chanting, "It's over, Frizzhead," and saying all kinds of things trying to take him down. Al-Bajah, the head of the rebels' political committee, said that the opposition's National Transition Council had been working on this offensive for the past 3 months, coordinating with NATO and rebels within Tripoli. Sleeper cells were set up in the capital, armed by rebel smugglers. On Thursday and Friday, NATO intensified strikes inside the capital. On Saturday, the sleeper cells began to rise. President Barack Obama, who of course is vacationing right now in Martha's Vineyard off the coast of Massachusetts, said Libya is, quote, slipping from the grasp of a tyrant, and urged Gaddafi to relinquish power to prevent more bloodshed. Obama also went on to say in a statement, the future of Libya is now in the hands of the Libyan people, and he promises that the United States government will work closely with rebels. So Muammar Gaddafi has had a 42-year reign over Libya. He still is in power, although according to most experts and people that are opinionated about this, what's happening this weekend is the beginning of the end for Muammar Gaddafi.
Skype bought out the messaging service GroupMe. This is according to Mashable. The Skype execs say that this will enhance their picture and text messaging systems. The CEO is pretty happy with this move because it'll bring their competition with Google's Slide and Facebook's new acquisition, Beluga, which was acquired, I believe, back in March.
Skype was recently bought by Microsoft, and that has not been made official, but it's always interesting to see what Skype and Google and all those companies are doing. They seem to be buying the world, don't they?
They are, and they haven't even released any of the financial, how much it was bought out for, but I know that they're, even with Microsoft buying or agreeing to buy Skype, it was for an $8.5 million price tag. So now that they're not, releasing the financial aspects of this, so I know this is a big move, and it seems as though they're going to become a giant in the future.
A fight outside a bar has got some LSU football players in trouble. 4 LSU football players have been implicated by Baton Rouge police for their involvement in a bar fight early Friday that's now being represented by Baton Rouge defense attorney Nathan Fisher. Interviews with multiple witnesses of the scene said the 4 injured several men who were released from area hospitals shortly after their treatment on Friday. And again, look, I've covered sports my entire life, and one of the interesting things I find is sports fans, whether you're pro or college sports, are all about passion, and it's all about intensity. But there was also a disturbing story from this weekend of a professional football preseason game between the San Francisco 49ers and the Oakland Raiders. An Oakland Raider fan who was wearing a derogatory slang, expletive-laden shirt towards the 49ers was shot. And so, look, intensity and passion is one thing in sports, but it really starts to cross the line. You wonder if sporting events and what athletes doing all this too get to the point where it's not a safe environment.
Right, but you also want to set a good example for your kids. So if your kids are seeing this, they think that it may be okay to do it at their sporting games. And again, we have those problems in the youth sporting games too.
And these kids that are in college, 18 to 22 years old, to your point, they were the kids that were playing in youth sports just before that.
Right.
So the LSU football players are in trouble as the college football season gets set to kick off. Now it's LSU, Miami, a lot of the major programs experiencing some difficulties.
Google is saying that, those click-through rate ads that you see on the top, on the sides of your websites. Well, a lot of people are buying those ads, but it seems as though we're not clicking on them.
But this study, according to this study, it's not been effective.
Right.
It's not being any more effective. And the other thing that I found interesting in this Nectaria is that according to this survey, young people they're clicking through at a much lower rate.
The Pulse Network. It's social TV.